That's awesome.
And there's pizza back there if anybody. Pizza. We got that. Excuse me. Commissioner Myers, you saw. Let me.
2, 4, 6.
Okay. They can open the meeting before they take action.
Correct. Well, they have to open the meeting for public hearing.
That's right.
Start time.
Yep, you're right. Yeah, the board.
I think we. Wouldn't it, Mr. Smith?
Yes.
14 would be 8.
Good to see you, buddy.
But it's 5:31, so. Yeah. We'll count you down. Start the public hearing.
Okay, great.
We have presentations.
Good. Thank you. Good evening. I'm Councilmember Louis Vieira, Chairman of the HART Board of Directors. Please silence all electronic devices for the meeting. Welcome to the September 8th, 2025 Board of Directors regular meeting, which is now called to order. The meeting format is hybrid with board members physically present at the HART Administrative Office at 1201 East 7th Avenue, Florida Conference Room, and participating via communication media technology. Please stand if you're able to do so and join me for the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Roll call, please.
Chair Vieira,
Here.
Director Wolstall,
Here.
Director Williams, Director Cameron Cepeda,
Present.
Director Hartfield, Director Hobbs,
Present.
Director King,
Present.
Director Knight,
Present.
Director McElpatrick,
Here.
Director Mechanic, Director Miller, Director Myers. Here. Director Niebrick,
Here.
Director Schistler.
Here.
You do have a quorum, sir.
Thank you very much. I had the wrong script, by the way. I feel like the anchor man, right? You know, and you gotta, it's kind of funny. I will now call this public hearing to order. Oh, we did that. Okay. This evening, I hereby open the public hearing this evening on the fiscal year 2026 tentative millage rate and fiscal year 2026 tentative annual budget for Hillsborough Transit Authority. Anyone who wishes to speak this evening has signed in and been identified. Online, we have documents that summarize the fiscal year 2026 tentative millage rate and fiscal year 2026 tentative annual budget. These documents include the following, or strike that, include the agenda for tonight's public hearing. We will consider adoption of the following resolutions. Resolution R 2025-09-29, a resolution of the Hillsborough Transit Authority of Hillsborough County, Florida, adopting the tentative levying of ad valorem taxes, adopting the tentative fiscal year 2026 millage rate of 0.5000 mils, which is more than a rollback rate of 0.4768 mils by 4.87%, providing for an effective date, and Resolution 2025-09-30, adopting the tentative fiscal year 2026 annual budget of $2,608,124 and providing for an effective date. The public hearing will be conducted as follows. HART staff will present the fiscal year 26 tentative millage rate. HART staff will present an overview of the fiscal year 26 tentative annual budget. The board will then open the floor for citizen comments regarding only the tentative millage and/or tentative budget. Speaker comments will be limited to 3 minutes. After citizen comments, the board will then take action to move for approval of any necessary changes. 2 resolutions will be presented to the board for approval. The board will approve the required resolutions adopting the fiscal year 2026 tentative millage rate and thereafter adopting the fiscal year 2026 tentative annual budget in that order. Staff will, if you please, present the fiscal year 2026 annual budget, after which we will potentially discuss and have public comment.
Mr. Chairman, I
Yes,
think we typically have me provide a comment about the public comment.
Oh, yes, sir. Absolutely. Yes, sir.
As the chair indicated, this is a public hearing for fiscal year 2026 tentative millage rate and fiscal year 2026 tentative annual budgets. Any comments to be made at this hearing should be strictly limited to those issues. The chairman described the 2 resolutions at issue. Those resolutions and the associated data is what is at issue at this hearing. There will be a general board meeting immediately after this where other general comments could be provided. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. We appreciate you. Okay.
So,
Presentation. Oh, yes, sir. That's you. Go for it.
thank you, Chair. So this is the first required public hearing on the fiscal year 2026 tentative millage rate and fiscal year 2026 tentative annual budget. Notification of this hearing was included on the trim notices mailed to all taxpayers in Hillsborough County, the city of Tampa, and city of Temple Terrace. The fiscal year 2026 tentative millage rate was discussed with the board on July 21st, 2025. The fiscal year 2026 tentative not to exceed millage rate was certified at the July 21st, 2025 board meeting and provided to the property appraiser on July 28th, 2025 in conformance with state law. The fiscal year 2026 tentative millage rate of 0.5000 mils is the same as the adopted fiscal year 2025 millage rate of 0.5000 mils. The fiscal year 2026 millage rate of 0.5000 mils is more than the rollback rate of 0.4768 mils by 4.87%. Ms. Melanie Williams, Director of Budget and Grants, will present the FY2026 tentative millage.
Okay.
Good evening, Chair, members of the board, Mr. Drainville. Today, I will provide a summary of the historical and proposed budgeted revenues, the historical millage rate and rollback rate, and then finally, the board resolution. This chart provides the historical and proposed budgeted revenue over a 10-year period, focusing on FY26 based on the millage rate of 0.5 mils. It is estimated that $87,314,597 of revenue will be generated. By statute, HART can only budget at 95% of the ad valorem proceeds. Therefore, our FY26 ad valorem budget is $82,948,867. This represents a 6.73% increase over FY25. This chart provides the millage rate and rollback rate. For FY 2026, the 0.5 millage rate is 4.87% above the rollback rate of 0.4768. The rollback rate is the tax rate that produces the same amount of tax dollars as the previous year. This brings us to the resolution to adopt the tentative FY26 millage rate. Thank you. There's questions or comments.
Yep, thank you. Any questions or comments from board members? Anyone online? Okay, thank you, ma'am. And
So, thank you, Chair. So the fiscal year 2026 tentative annual budget is $200,608,124 and consists of the following components. Tentative operating budget, $126,420,186. Tentative capital budget, $74,187,938, for a total tentative annual budget of $200,608,124. The tentative annual budget was discussed with the Board and Finance and Audit Committee during the meetings held through May through August 2025. In addition to the presentation, we have included the budget transmittal letter for your reference. The transmittal letter will be the introduction section of a larger budget document that staff will prepare for submission to the Government Finance Officers Association, or GFOA. The transmittal letter also provides a summary of the fiscal year 2026 budget and provides historical information for the various revenue and expense categories. To be eligible for the consideration of an award from the GFOA for our budget, similar to the award that we receive annually for our annual comprehensive financial report, the budget document must excel as a policy document, financial plan, operations guide, and communications tool. As noted in previous communication, HART was presented with the Distinguished Budget Presentation Award for the fiscal year 2025 budget. We will complete the budget document for the fiscal year 2026 and submit it to GFOA by the deadline of 90 days after adoption of this budget. Ms. Melody Williams, Director of Budgets and Grants, will present the FY 2026 tentative budget.
Good evening again. So the presentation overview will include the operating statistics, the staffing level, operating revenues and expenses, capital revenues and expenditures, capital project list, combined annual budget, and then finally the budget resolution. This provides the operating statistics for FY26. The total for all the modes for revenue miles are 10,208,934. The total for revenue hours is 800,100. Total for ridership is 13,262,124. So this is the FY staff summary, which includes 821.75 FTEs, 616.75 ATUs, 9 bargaining 142, and Teamster 63.
thank you.
The next few slides summarize the operating and capital revenues and expenses. The operating revenues by source is $126,420,186. The largest revenue source is the Avalon tax revenue at $82,948,867. This is a balanced budget, so the operating expenses by category is $126,420,186. The largest expense category is the personnel costs. This includes the salaries and wages, fringe benefits, and healthcare, which is a combined total of $89,513,626. Next, we have the capital revenues by source. The total for the capital revenues is $74,187,938. Then we have this is a balanced budget. So the capital expenses by project category is $74,187,938. Next, we have the FY26 capital budget detail by each of the categories. The first one is vehicles and maintenance, and that totals $30,266,299. And you see the project descriptions listed. Next, we have facilities and construction. That total is $28,168,027. Technology, $6,228,391. Then we have bus stops and shelters at a total at $8,053,925. Then we have plannings and studies totaling at $500,000. And then safety and security total $971,296, with the top capital budget at $74,187,938. This is the combined annual budget with the operating budget at $126,420,186. Then we have the capital budget at $74,187,938, with the total tentative annual budget at $200,608,124. And this brings us to the resolution. And that concludes the presentation. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. We appreciate your being so thorough and complete as always. So to the Board of Directors, are there any questions for the CEO or staff before we proceed?
I do.
Yes, sir. Go, sir.
Thank you. On page 9, under the operating statistics table that you provided us, I was wondering if you could elaborate and make sure, one, that I'm understanding it correctly, and two, what's led us to these conclusions, specifically on the fixed route ridership line. You have a projection. Well, at first, I want to make sure, is it look like we're going to miss our projections by over 1 million riders? Is that what I'm reading correctly? That the 25 projection is going to be what you believe will be the end of this fiscal year is 11.4 million, but we had budgeted and projected 12.5 million? Could we confirm if that's correct? The reason that I'm asking for confirmation is because if it is right, it looks like for fiscal year 26, we're also budgeting for a flat line of ridership at another 11.4 million. I want to understand how we missed our mark so far in our projections of 1.1 million. And then I also want to understand how we're planning to budget for significantly more money, but we're planning to hit the exact same ridership numbers.
Okay.
I would ask Jesus to come up
That's
and
what I was talking
speak on it.
Thank you. Jesus Brazo Garcia, HART staff. Hi.
Hi.
Good evening. So for the drop from 25 to 26, the budget is done based on historical trends. So in 25, we were coming from, I forget the exact number, but it was a very positive trend when we projected from 23 to 24 to 25. So that's why it was so high in 25. And then in the actual, so what actually happened in 25, which is where the projection is lower, you have some factors involved in there. You have the hurricane season. That was Hurricane Milton and Helene. It significantly affected ridership, not just because we were shut down for a couple of days. That's the least of it. It's the following even weeks and months, there was a drop in ridership. People were traveling differently. You had people displaced. So there was different things that our ridership didn't recover right away after the hurricane. And then in January, we had the paper pass elimination. So we transitioned to Flamingo fares. So there's no more purchasing paper passes on the bus. And ridership also took a hit on that front because some riders that did not transition to Flamingo first, they basically stopped using the service, or it took them a while to get used to the new way of paying. So we also saw a significant increase from December to January, or decrease.
That was a great answer. So then I want to make sure then, why are we projecting a flat line of ridership for the fiscal year 26 budget? Are you suggesting that we're going to see the same or less growth, but we need this much of a budget jump?
For the ridership projection, we didn't want to get ambitious like we did in 25, because again, the trend is not as positive anymore. We do some estimations, and the number we obtained was very similar to 11.3. So we didn't want to give you, 11.39 versus 11.38. So we just kept it flat.
I would just say, if I was the CEO of a large organization with a 9-figure budget, this line item is essentially our sales number. That the ridership is our sales, and I'm growing concerned that we're projecting an increase of budget with
destabilized, flatline, or decreasing ridership numbers. And I just want to point that fact that this chart clearly represents out to our colleagues. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Anyone else have any comments or questions, including folks online? And if you're online and want to speak, just say so, because I can't see you, obviously, on there. Anyone else? Okay, great. Thank you, board. Next, we will take public comments regarding the fiscal year 2026 millage rate and fiscal year 26 tentative annual budget. For those who wish to speak, I please ask that you limit your comments to 3 minutes. Do we have anyone signed up to speak? Okay. Is there anyone here in the public that wishes to speak on the budget and the millage rate? Okay, there being none, we will move forward. Okay, public comment is closed. We will now vote on the fiscal year 2026 tentative millage rate. After the vote on the tentative millage rate, we will vote on the fiscal year 26 tentative annual budget. The resolutions will now be read. The resolutions read as follows. Resolution R2025-09-29, a resolution of the Hillsborough Transit Authority of Hillsborough County, Florida, adopting the tentative levying of ad valorem taxes, adopting the tentative fiscal year 2026 millage rate of 0.5000 mils, which is more than the rolled back rate of 0.4768 mils by 4.87%, and providing for effective date. There's also resolution R2025-09-36. A resolution of Hillsborough Transit Authority, Hillsborough County, Florida, adopting the tentative fiscal year 2026 annual budget of $200,608,124, providing for effective date. State statutes require that we approve the fiscal year tentative 26 millage rate before approving the tentative fiscal year 26 budget. Accordingly, we'll vote on each resolution separately. Is there a motion to adopt or to amend the tentative fiscal year 26 millage rate? And if so, is there a second?
So moved.
Second.
We have a motion by Vice Chair Wosel, seconded by Vice Chair Schisler. Roll call, please.
Chair Vieira,
Yes.
Director Woolstle.
Yes.
Director Schisler,
Yes.
Director Cameron Cepeda,
Yes.
Director Hartfield,
Yes.
Director Hobbs,
Yes.
Director King,
Yes.
Director Knight,
Yes.
Director McAlpatrick,
Yes.
Director Mechanic, Director Mechanic, Director Miller,
Yes.
Director Myers,
Yes.
Director Niebrick,
Yes.
Director Williams,
Yes.
Director Mechanic.
My vote was a yes.
Thank you, sir. The motion passes unanimously. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Next, is there a motion to adopt or to amend the tentative fiscal year 2026 annual budget? And if so, is there a second?
So
Motion
moved.
to adopt that noted.
I'll take yours. A motion by Vice Chair Wosel, seconded by Board Member Hartfield. Roll call, please.
Chair Vieira,
Yes.
Director Woolstle,
Yes.
Director Schisler,
Yes.
Director Cameron Cepeda,
Yes.
Director Hartfield,
Yes.
Director Hobbs,
Yes.
Director King, Director King,
Yes.
Director Knight,
Yes.
Director McAlpatrick,
Yes.
Director Mechanic,
Yes.
Director Miller,
Yes.
Director Myers,
Yes.
Director Niebrick,
Yes.
Director Williams.
Yes.
Motion passes unanimously. Thank you.
Thank you, Board. This public meeting was held in compliance with Florida statutes today, September 8th, 2025, to consider the fiscal year 26 tentative millage rate and the fiscal year 26 tentative annual budget for Hillsborough Transit Authority. This concludes, unless any further comments, questions? Okay. This concludes the public hearing. The final public hearing is scheduled for Monday, September 22nd at 5:30 p.m. at our Hillsborough Transit Authority. This concludes the meeting until, I guess, our 6 o'clock. We may not meet prior to 6 o'clock, correct?
No, sir, we advertised it that you could meet immediately following
Okay.
this public hearing.
Then we will accordingly return in 7 minutes. Thank you. That was easy.
Chair, we advertised it as we could start the public immediately following.